Why do you need a content marketing plan? Hey, I'm Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach inside a content creation tips and more Facebook group and on my Facebook page, Keep It Simple Coach. Today, I'm going to share with you why I think there are 10 benefits to doing just that. What are the 10 benefits that you can consider about having a content marketing plan? And so I first want to start with a little story. Lisa started out with a website about her true passion, which was creating art. But she couldn't seem to make any kind of headway or traction. And she just wasn't sure why is it that she was putting all this effort and energy onto her website and nothing was actually happening. So she began to study content marketing planning and quickly realized what her problem was. She did not have a consistent content marketing plan. Instead, she had published a new blog or updated her Facebook page, then when the mood struck her. But unlike most people, it was quickly that she discovered that it was hard to build a community of followers without being consistent. So determining that changes things for Lisa. In fact, she created a schedule, she made a content marketing plan. And within a year, she saw her website start to flourish. She started to have the traffic that was coming to her website. She started to get new mailing subscribers on her list. She started to have an ability by having that connection with her audiences that she was able then to launch her first art course online. So, like Lisa, you may be having a similar struggle when it comes to content marketing. And maybe you've even thought that having a content marketing plan is boring and it just might not work for you. But I have to tell you, there are some sure advantages to creating a plan for your content. And I'm going to break them down for you today. So let's start with benefit number one. Benefit number one is releasing fresh content regularly. Now, the first and most obvious benefit when it comes to your plan is that you are releasing something that is regularly fresh and unique to the internet. The internet loves new content. It searches for new content. In fact, it goes out of its way to find new content. So you can't reap any of the rewards that come from content marketing if you're not doing at least that. So you have to show up daily in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And when you get that work done, it's kind of like when you go to the gym, right? If you want to get toned, you have to go on a routine basis. You got to do those workouts on a routine basis. The same thing applies to your content marketing. But once you have that content marketing plan, it's so much more easier for you to actually do the content creation. And that's because you're no longer having to look at a blank stare and staring at your screen, right? Or hoping that you can come up with a good idea that's worth sharing. Instead, you're going to have plenty of your ideas and your inspiration available at your fingertips. That, my friends, is benefit number one. Benefit number two. Learn what works for your audience. Now, this is that kind of give and take when you're creating content. The more content you publish and the more consistently you do it, the easier it's going to be to discover what works with your intended audience. You each have a target audience, the people who you get up for every day to serve in a product or service. So you might find that publishing on a regular basis, maybe in the evenings, right, uh, gets you more likes on your social media and more comments, or that your audience prefers audio over video. And there are insights that can only be found or gained from the trenches, your people who are doing the actual engagement with you. So after you've published for a couple of months, you get to take a step back And then you're going to be able to analyze your results and see where you need to maybe course correct to serve your audience better than what you've done in the past. So, that, my friends, is benefit number 2. Learn what works for your audience. Benefit number 3, increase your productivity. Now, here's the benefit again. Content marketing is about sweat equity. Okay. So, with a content marketing plan, you already know the content you plan to publish each month. And it makes it easier for you to then reuse your content in a variety of ways so that you're going to spend less time wondering what to publish next and more time actually creating. Because I know I enjoy creating. So, for an example, you may like to maybe write one long blog post, right, each month, and then you publish 4 videos in YouTube. Well, with a plan, when you work with me, you can easily take that long blog post, write it one time, and then repurpose that content into 4 videos. That way, you've saved countless of time and hours, and you're still getting a good uh, collection of videos that you can then turn around and publish. That is benefit number 3. Increase your productivity. Benefit number 4. Watch your mailing list grow. Now, again, this was the first benefit that Lisa happened to notice as she was creating her new content plan, that her mailing list began to grow within a few weeks and months because she was publishing valuable content, the tips and the tutorials on her blog. And that's going to draw it in. Remember, the search engines are loving the new content that they have to share with people who are searching for the information. So when you have website visitors who you're going to be able to give you their email address in exchange, right, for saying that they may want to stay in contact with you, or maybe you did some type of an upsell, or they just like the content and they want to learn more. So by signing up, you're building that trust factor with them so that they want to then turn around and hear from you more often. So a visitor typically needs to be exposed to your content many times before they'll sign up for your list. Okay, as the adage goes, some people are not, no one's going to hear or listen or buy from your list. They hear that message like 7 times, right? So this means that you need to have a big collection, not a huge, but a decent collection of content available for them to browse through. I typically tell my customers when they're starting a business or even if they have launched their business that you need to have blog content, at least 5 articles of substance that really focus in on the 5 things that you are good at or knowledgeable on. And that is what's going to trigger you to have the search engine optimization that's necessary through those search engines when you do it properly, that people will get to find you on the internet. That, my friends, is benefit number 4. Watch your mailing list grow. Benefit number 5. Benefit number 5, diversify your reach. Now, what does that mean? With a content marketing plan, it's a lot easier to make a single piece of content go further, kind of like stretching the leftovers, if you would, right? That's because you're able to diversify your reach and you're able to get much more out of a piece of content that you've published. So, for example, let's say you publish a new podcast episode each week. You can easily take that podcast episode and that transcript and maybe just add a header, some images, and you're able to turn that into a blog post or even maybe a short report. So again, diversifying your reach, because the people who might not read your blog post will certainly maybe want to listen to it on a podcast, or they may want to take that podcast and maybe want to listen to it or read about it differently. So you're able to expand your reach and diversify in that way. That, my friends, is benefit number 5. Benefit number 6. Create funnels that turn visitors into buyers. Okay, now here's the deal. Many marketers will talk about the power of having a sales funnel in place. But when you're not publishing your content strategically, it's hard to create a funnel that's going to convert for you at one time visitors and to convert those people who may have been there that one time into a super fan who wants to buy all of your products. So the whole power of having a content marketing plan is just that. You have a strategy that's in place that you can use to envision a path that your website is visitors are going to take, that buyer's journey, if you would. And then you can create that content specifically for that particular path because you can have multiple funnels. And that way you can change the visitors into happy paying customers. Benefit number 6, create funnels that turn your visitors into buyers. Benefit number 7, keeping your brand consistent. Now, this one is fairly easy if you do it right. When you don't have content to publish regularly, it's really easy to just start putting any and everything out there just because you think that if I blog here and I put a Facebook post over here, it's just showing that you're being active. Well, yeah, it is. But the problem with that strategy and that approach is that it can cause your brand to become what we consider inconsistent. After all, if you're talking about, art one week and then raising puppies the next week, then people are going to be a little confused about what is it that you actually do and can actually talk about. Instead, when you have a content plan, it helps you to develop a strategy. And since all of your content is consistent in tone and in style, your community can begin to recognize your brand. Like, I don't know, the Keep It Simple coach. Anyway, that, my friends, is benefit number 7. Keep your brand consistent. Benefit number 8, outsourcing, making it easier. Now, here again, if your strategy or your plan is solely in your head, then it's very hard to outsource certain elements of the marketing work that needs to be done. For example, if you can't ask your graphic designer to maybe create a Pinterest post for you with the images, if you have no idea, and if you don't know what kind of text you want to use for that particular purpose. But once you have a schedule in front of you, you can delegate those tasks a lot more simpler because you have made a note about the type of text that you want, on type of maybe image that you want, and then you can simply hand that task off to that favorite VA or graphic designer without any worries because again, you've put things down on paper. And I know for a lot of people that in and of itself can be a struggle, but I'm telling you, planning means purpose. And that's the whole point. You shouldn't be shooting in the dark. So again, benefit number 8, outsourcing with ease. Benefit number 9, building your authority. When you publish content regularly, people begin to see you as an authority because you should be an authority. You shouldn't be kind of faking it till you make it. That's not a strategy. Okay. Like hope is not a strategy. So people begin to trust you. They start asking you for recommendations and you for guidance because they're seeing that you are an authority. You seem to know what you're talking about. You're putting information out there on a consistent basis, right? And they're going to want your opinion on those particular topic matters before they make a purchase or before they, get into anything new, right? So if this is done in an ethical fashion, then it can lead to the wonderful world of referral marketing or affiliate marketing or referrals, right? That again is another means of generating income because word of mouth marketing is still out there and it still works. So you want to keep that in mind. So benefit number 9, build your authority. And last but not least, benefit number 10, increase your profits. Yes, the wonderful, magnificent thing about the benefit of a content marketing plan is that you can increase your revenue or your income. And this is because you can design a strategy that is around your products and your services, resulting in more profits. Now, when you don't have a plan, you may rush to promote a new shiny object we tend to chase after, right? That someone else might be doing. You say, oh, they're doing this. I'm going to run over here and I'm going to run and do this myself too, right? And then you can't fully explain the benefits of your services or your products that you have to offer when there's a disjoint going on, right? But if you take the time to come up with that content marketing plan, you can be focused on those key objectives and also what is it that your buyer is facing. Remember, we all go into business to solve someone else's problem, again, with a product, with a service, or with a product. And you can address them in, one by one. And then that's going to boost those conversion rates from smaller to larger over time. That is benefit number 10. It will increase your profits. Now, that being said, that means that content marketing can be easy. And what I mean by that is you want to have the ability, you want to have, make it as easy as possible for yourself. And the best benefit that you can have is having a content marketing plan. It makes the whole process of content creation a lot more fun when you know that you have a plan in place and you know what you could be doing next, right? And you're not just pulling stuff out of thin air. And because you are relaxed and because you are focused on building that relationship with your community, right? Then you're able to generate that energy that's going to drive that attraction to your brand and to you specifically. So you can create valuable content with a strategy, and your audience is going to benefit from you and your smarts. That, my friends, is all you need to know about the benefits of creating a content marketing plan. So, for those of you, if you don't know me, I am again Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach, and I help small biz owners find their smooth operator inside. And doing that with a coaching and content inside of our Facebook groups, content creation tips and more. You can find us over at smallbizsociety.com. I'm going to put that up here on the screen. There you go. So you can just type in smallbizsociety.com and you'll take you to our Facebook group, Content Creation Tips and More. I'm going live every Tuesday ish, if you would. And there I also offer support. We have a community of small business owners, solopreneurs, freelancers, coaches, and small biz teams that are looking to use content marketing methods and strategies to help grow their business. So please join us over there. And until next time, this is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. Let's get busy. Take care. Bye-bye.